Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and I genuinely hope you are having an absolutely fantastic day today. Now before we get into it, I want you to take a look at what's around me right now. Because if you've ever walked onto a dealership lot, you know exactly what this feels like. Millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of inventory sitting right there, gleaming under the lights, and every single one of those vehicles represents an opportunity for a dealership to make money. Not just on the car itself, but on you. On fees, on things they slip into your paperwork hoping you won't notice, hoping you're too excited, too emotionally invested, too far into the process to push back. And today, that stops. We are going to walk through 9 fees that you should absolutely, positively never pay at a car dealership. And I'm going to tell you not just what they are, but why they exist, how dealerships justify them, and exactly when and how to call them out, so you don't end up paying a single dollar more than you should. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you are going to walk into your next car purchase with so much more confidence than you ever have before. Now, if this is your first time on the channel, welcome. This is what we do here. We talk about protecting yourself in the car buying process because buying a car is one of the most emotionally charged financial decisions most people make. You spend weeks researching, you test drive, you fall in love, and then you sit down at that desk and suddenly you've got a worksheet in front of you with numbers everywhere and a salesperson who does this every single day talking to you about payments and fees and packages, and your brain just kind of shuts off. That's exactly what they're counting on. So hit that subscribe button, turn your bell notifications on, leave a thumbs up if you find this valuable, and share it with someone you know who's about to go buy a car, because this information could save them thousands of dollars. Let's start with the very first fee on the list, and that is the delivery and destination fee. Now here's the thing, there is one legitimate destination charge when you buy a brand new car, and it comes directly from the factory. You'll see it printed right there on the Monroney sticker, the window sticker, on every new car. That is a real charge that the manufacturer sets. It's the same at every dealer, and you're going to pay it. That's fine. What is not fine is when a dealership tries to add their own separate delivery fee on top of that. They'll dress it up in all kinds of language: vehicle delivery preparation, lot delivery fee, pre-delivery inspection charge. Whatever it says, if it's not printed on that factory window sticker, you are not paying it. Dealers will tell you all kinds of stories about how they had to transport the car, fuel it up, clean it, prep it for delivery. And I want you to understand something important. Manufacturers actually reimburse dealerships for a significant portion of that work. The dealer is not eating those costs the way they want you to believe. So the moment you see a delivery or destination fee that didn't come from the factory, you circle it and you tell them you're not paying it. We'll talk about exactly how to have that conversation in a few minutes. The second fee you should never pay is an advertising fee. And this one genuinely makes my blood boil because of how brazen it is. The dealership will tell you that they spent money advertising this vehicle, running ads online, maintaining their website, paying for marketing, and they want to pass that cost along to you. Let me be crystal clear about what's actually happening here. Manufacturers already account for advertising in the invoice price of the vehicle. On top of that, manufacturers send co-op advertising funds back to dealerships specifically to help cover those marketing costs. So in many cases, the dealership is being paid twice for advertising, once through the invoice structure and again through co-op money. And then they're trying to charge you a third time on your bill of sale. If you see an advertising fee anywhere in your paperwork, refuse it. Do not budge. It is a made-up fee designed purely to extract more profit from you, and it has absolutely no legitimate basis. Now we get to one of the oldest tricks in the book, and I mean that literally. This has been happening since at least the 1980s. I've been in this business for a long time, and I watched this fee survive every shift in the industry because dealers just keep rebranding it. You'll see it listed as theft protection, VIN etching, data dots, window etching, or about a dozen other variations. The pitch is always the same. They've added some kind of marking system to your vehicle that deters thieves, and if your car does get stolen and isn't recovered, they'll pay you some amount, maybe $2,500, maybe $5,000. And they'll have a story ready about a customer it supposedly helped. What they won't tell you is how many thousands of vehicles they've sold with this package and how rarely, if ever, that payout actually happens. Here's the truth about theft deterrence. A car thief is not walking through a parking lot with a flashlight, checking windows for etchings, and deciding to move on. They're taking the car. Your protection against vehicle theft is your insurance policy, And if you want additional coverage for a total loss situation, talk to your insurance agent about gap coverage or supplemental policies that actually make financial sense. Don't pay for VIN etching. It's theatre, not protection. Fee number 4 is nitrogen. And I actually want to walk you through our service department for a second, because we have one of these machines, and I want you to see how much it gets used. There it is, buried behind equipment, pushed into a corner, practically untouched. The pitch on nitrogen is that filling your tires with pure nitrogen instead of regular air keeps them inflated more consistently, improves fuel efficiency, gives you better tread wear, and makes the tires less susceptible to pressure changes from heat and cold. All of that sounds very impressive until you realize that the air you're breathing right now is already about 78% nitrogen. The dealership is going to charge you to add in what amounts to a small percentage difference in nitrogen content over what you'd get from a regular air compressor. The only application where nitrogen in tires actually makes a meaningful difference is in high-performance racing environments where precision tire pressure is critical during high-heat track conditions. For your commute, your road trips, your everyday driving, it does nothing worth paying for. If a dealer wants to throw it in for free as part of the deal, sure, fine, take it. But the moment they put a line item on your bill of sale for nitrogen, you tell them no. Let's talk about pinstripes. This one is almost charming in how low effort it is. You'll walk around a car on the lot and there's a nice little stripe running along the body. Looks like it was done professionally, looks like it adds some style. And the dealership has it listed on your paperwork for anywhere from $100 to $500. I want to show you something. That pinstripe is a vinyl decal. A local detailer can apply it in about 15 minutes. You can buy the material yourself online for a few dollars. We actually use a local business here to put these on some of our used cars as a value add. It costs us next to nothing, and we don't charge customers for it at all. One of my regulars buys a new black Tahoe every single year and always wants a gold pinstripe. I make it happen, and I've never charged him a penny for it because honestly, it would be embarrassing to charge for something like that. Don't pay for pinstripes. If you like them, enjoy them as part of the car you're already buying. If you don't want them, tell the dealer to remove them. They'll say they're already installed and can't be taken off. That's not true. They can take it off in 10 minutes if they want your business. Now we're getting into the one that causes the most outrage, and rightfully so. The additional dealer markup, you'll see it abbreviated as ADM on paperwork, is exactly what it sounds like. The dealership has decided that a particular vehicle is in high demand, or limited production, or just really popular right now, and so they've added a markup above the manufacturer's suggested retail price. They'll justify it as market adjustment, supply and demand, scarcity pricing, all very official sounding. And some salespeople will tell you that you simply can't find this vehicle anywhere else at MSRP. That is almost never true. There are thousands of franchise dealerships across the country. If one dealer is charging $10,000 over sticker on a model you want, I promise you there is another dealer within a reasonable distance who will sell you the same car at MSRP or with manufacturer incentives applied on top. The dealerships that charge ADM are counting on your impatience and your emotional attachment to the specific car sitting in front of you. Don't reward that behavior. Walk away, make some calls, and find a dealer who wants to earn your business. Fee number 7 involves accessories. Things like mud flaps, cargo nets, bug deflectors, door edge guards, wheel locks, and similar add-ons that suddenly appear as installed equipment when you sit down to talk numbers. And here's the thing. Some of these aren't terrible products. The issue is the markup and the lack of transparency. A set of mud flaps that retails for $30 gets listed on your paperwork for $150. A cargo tray worth $60 becomes a $200 line item. And the dealer will tell you those items are already installed and can't be removed. Again, not true. If you don't want those accessories, you tell them to remove them. If they push back, remind them calmly and professionally that you're happy to take your business somewhere else. In most cases, a dealership that wants to close a deal will figure out a way to make those accessories disappear or eat the cost into the overall deal price. This next one happens after you've mentally already bought the car, after you've shaken hands, after you feel like the hard part is over and you're just signing paperwork. You get into the finance office and the finance manager starts walking you through products. And at some point, they ask you something that sounds almost casual. Something like, and in the event of your untimely death, who would you like the free and clear title sent to? That question is not a formality. That is the setup for a pitch on credit life insurance. What credit life insurance does is pay off your car loan if you die during the loan term, and it sounds reasonable in theory. The problem is that the premium for this product through a dealership finance office is wildly, sometimes obscenely expensive relative to what you'd pay for real life insurance coverage. For the same money, sometimes far less, you can buy a term life insurance policy that covers not just your car loan, but your mortgage, your family's living expenses, your kids' education. Talk to an insurance professional about real coverage.
Shouting, "Do not buy credit life insurance in the finance office of a car dealership."
And finally, number 9, the dealer prep fee. This shows up under various names: preparation fee, PDI fee, pre-delivery inspection, reconditioning charge. The argument is that the dealership spent time and money cleaning the car, inspecting it, filling it with fuel, and making it ready for delivery. And here's the reality. A lot of manufacturers actually reimburse dealerships for pre-delivery inspection costs. The fuel for new vehicles is often covered. The cleaning and presentation of a new car is part of the cost of doing business, and it's already factored into the profit structure of selling that car. You are not getting a bill from a restaurant for the cost of washing the dishes your food was served on. A clean, prepped, ready-to-deliver vehicle is the baseline expectation of purchasing a new car, not an optional service you should be paying extra for. If you see a prep fee on your worksheet, it comes off. Now here's the part I've been promising you this whole video. The part about when and how to bring all of this up. Because timing matters enormously. Think about it this way. If you're interested in someone and you walk up to them and immediately ask them to marry you before you've even had a conversation, what happens? You already know the answer. The same logic applies here. You don't walk into a dealership and immediately start demanding fees be removed before you've even established any rapport or gotten to a real number. You let the process move forward. You engage with the salesperson genuinely. You do your test drive, you have your trade-in appraised if applicable, and you let them present you with their offer. When they bring you that worksheet, and it will look something like this, with a purchase price, a trade-in credit, a doc fee, taxes, DMV fees, and a bottom line, that is your moment. You look it over carefully.
You ask about anything that isn't immediately clear?
The doc fee, if it's under $300 or $400, is generally legitimate. It covers title processing, document storage, lien work, all the administrative infrastructure that actually protects you. But anything beyond that, anything that looks like the fees we've talked about today, that's when you say it. You say it simply, you say it confidently, and you say it without aggression. You say, "Everything looks good. I'm ready to buy this car today. The only thing I need is for you to remove the prep fee and the advertising charge, and we have a deal." That's it. No back and forth. No negotiating back and forth on 10 different things at once. You've already done your work on the price, on the trade, on the interest rate. Now you're closing out the last remaining variables, and you're doing it from a position of someone who is informed, who knows what's legitimate and what isn't, and who is absolutely willing to walk if the answer is no. Most of the time, the answer won't be no, because a dealership that's already invested time in you, that's already gone through the whole process with you, is not going to blow the deal over a pinstripe or a prep fee. There you have it, 9 fees you should never pay at a dealership, and the strategy to make sure you don't. Destination fees that aren't on the factory sticker. Advertising fees that manufacturers already pay for. Theft protection packages that don't actually protect you. Nitrogen that's basically already in the air. Vinyl pinstripes worth $15 sold for $500. Additional dealer markups over MSRP. Accessories you didn't ask for. Credit life insurance in the finance office. And dealer prep fees for work that's already covered. If you've got questions, if there's a fee I didn't cover that you've seen on a worksheet, drop it in the comments section below.
I read through them, and if something comes up enough times, I'll make a full dedicated video on it.
If there's anything I can help you with personally when it comes to buying your next vehicle, reach out. The information is there. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this gave you real, actionable confidence for your next car purchase. Now go out there, get a great deal, and as always, drive safely.